Hello everyone. Now I'm going to talk about FHRP or First Hop Redundancy Protocol. FHRP provides a virtual default gateway for hosts to ensure continuity if the active router fails. So here look at my picture. Let's start with the problem. Imagine you have two routers connected to your network. Your PC or clients normally send traffic to a default gateway. But what happens if the gateway's router goes down? Yep. The whole network will lose connectivity to the outside world. That is a single point of failure. By meeting this problem, the solution we will use SHRP. FHRP is a family of protocols that allow multiple routers to work together to provide one virtual gateway IP address for the host. This way, even if one router fails, another router can automatically take over without any disruption for the user. Okay, here imagine that your PC your PC connect to this router. So if accidentally someone or your staff make problem with this cable, so this PC cannot ping or communicate to the active router or the internet. So after we meeting this problem, we will use FHRP in order to create one virtual default gateway. So here, if the router fail, so this router will take over. Here, firstly, traffic run from PC to switch, from switch to active, from active to the internet. But when the active fail, this PC will run to switch, and switch run to standby, and standby run to internet. So it will automatically work. Yep. So now I will tell you about the type of FHRP protocol. Here, FHRP has three types. SHRP used only with Cisco products. GLBP load balancing across router, and VRRP we use with many devices like Cisco or Huawei. So now I can tell you a little bit about how FHRP work. So when this router fail, the standby router here take over constantly by FHRP. The user don't need to do anything because it works automatically. And this router start to share hello packet, and after that it will become an active router instead. So okay, that's it. And I have some comment to make sure you will understand more. Here, imagine that active switch or switch 1. We use it as a active router and switch 2 as a standby router. So here the command for config. Firstly, we need to go to the interface first. Interface that connects from active router to switch. So firstly, you need to think about the gateway that you want. The client or user use. Imagine that I want to use 192.168.1.1. So here is our default gateway. Firstly, we can go to interface, and after that we need to create two IP address for active router itself and standby router itself. Here I use IP address 192.168.1.2. So the IP for active router only. It doesn't impact to another device like switch or PC. And this command standby 1 IP 192.168.1.1. So this command we use to create our sub interface. After that, we can use command standby 1 priority 120. This command we use to compare the priority. If active router has bigger priority than standby router, so it will take over. Here you can compare it. Here priority 120, here only 100. So active router is bigger, so it will take place. And the command standby 1 prem. So this command we use to just like feature that allow router with the higher priority to take back the active role when it come only. Imagine that this cable was cut, so the active router will fail and the standby router will take over and become the active one. But when this cable work as normally, it will take place and become active router again because of this command. So that's it for concept, and now look at my demo lab at our lab. So here I have one VLAN at the switch. Here VLAN 10, name LAN 10, and from switch to PC I have done with access port, and from switch to router I have done too with trunk port. So now let's start with router 1 and router 2. Here this router we will configure it as a active router. So firstly we need to go to interface first. But we have VLAN 10, so we need to create interface VLAN 10, sub interface VLAN 10. And we use command encapsulation dot 1q10, and we put IP address for this router. And we set the default gateway. So for IP, here is just like default gateway that we use command standby 1 IP standby 1 IP address. Okay. Okay, again, standby 1 IP. Okay, we don't need to put at, just put only standby 1 IP only. Okay, after that we need to decide the priority. So here I will give it, okay, hold on, priority 110. Okay, standby 1 priority 110, and we use command standby 1 param. Okay, that's it for active router. Now standby router is the same. We create sub interface, use command encapsulation dot 1 to 10, put the IP address for router, IP address as default gateway, standby 1 IP. Okay, now give the priority. So we want it to be a standby router, so just put the priority lower than active router. So I'm gonna give it 100. Okay, and use command prompt. Okay, we can show standby brief here, priority 100 standby, and here this IP. Now let's show as active router. Here. Okay, now let's ping. Ping to the gateway. Okay, it is working. So now I'm going to delete this cable, and let's see if our PC can ping to the gateways or not. Okay. Okay, it is working again because standby router now became a active router instead. So yes, that's it for today.